This is Qdoba. The bag is not really presentable, right? Like, I don't see much insignia on there. Well, I guess there's the Q. Anyway, Qdoba. So, I don't remember ever eating Qdoba in my life. Except 4 or 5 months ago, over last summer, I reviewed their new lava queso, Diablo queso and chips situation. And when I was looking that up, because that was brand new, I noticed at that time, again, 3 or 4 months ago, that they had the Cholula chicken burrito or the Cholula chicken bowl. And I kept it in my mind and always thought, you know what, I'm going to go back and try that at some point. So today, that's what we got. I went with the burrito. Cholula chicken burrito, $11.50, $12.45 out the door with tax. So I like how, at these places you can customize your shit, right? Like, who doesn't like that? I really do. But in circumstances such as this, I just wanted it the way that it's advertised or the way that it's supposed to be. But I added some stuff just because you're in the line and it's anyway. Here's what it says on the website though. Cholula hot and sweet chicken burrito. Cholula hot and sweet chicken. Okay. Cilantro lime, rice, black beans, pico de gallo, coated cheese, and sour cream wrapped in a warm tortilla. I think the only thing I may have forgot is the coated cheese. I saw it last minute, but I didn't go with it. But I added pico de gallo. Okay, that has pico de gallo. I added jalapenos. I added the spicy queso. On here it says, chili crema sauce. So I added that. So I added some things. Forgot one thing. Nonetheless, let's see what we got. I also have an unopened bottle here of Cholula, the original. Because I want to see if this chicken even has the flavor of Cholula. And it's been a minute since I've had Cholula. Now, Cholula is one of those sauces that I will keep in rotation. It's been a while since I've had it on hand, so I had to pick me up a bottle. But what makes up Cholula? It's a great sauce. It's one I grew up on. Water, peppers consisting of arbol and pekin, 2 great peppers, salt, acetic acid, cayenne gum as a thickener, spices, apple cider vinegar, garlic powder, and natural flavor. It's just a classic bottle, with the wooden top. This might take a while. Bear with me, friends. We're going to get to the burrito. I promise you that. So the only thing different is I didn't have the cheese on there, and I added jalapenos. I added extra cilantro at the end. And what else did I add? I think that was it. All right. There's nothing else coming out of that bottle. One little spot. All right. Let's keep that over here. Let's get to this burrito. It's a little fatty. You know what I mean? Look at it. I mean, it's a big old fat fucking burrito. Let's leave that right there. But I'm excited. It smells good. Let's get the burrito out of there. All right, friends, let's try this burrito and see if we can taste Cholula in the burrito at all. because the chicken is already pre-made, right? You guys know this. You've been to Qdoba, you've been to Costa Vida, you've been to what's the other joint? You guys know the other one. But things are just in containers right there, ready to go, and they're just scooping it. They're making it quick. There's a place called Burrito Bandito, which I really like. Very similar, but the burritos are huge. I mean, this is a fat burrito. Don't get me wrong, but it's compact instead of being a little bit longer. I don't know. I'm interested though to see, because the chicken itself, when I told her what I wanted, they got the proteins there, the veggie, you know, all the accoutrement, everything there. I looked at the chicken. Now, it does say hot and sweet, so I think there's like, I read somewhere too, doing a little bit of research, that there's maybe some honey on the chicken, right, to give it that sweet, and then the heat from the Cholula. So I'm not 100% sure. But when I looked at it and she scooped it onto the tortilla here in the burrito, it didn't look anything like that, right? Like the color, the presentation of the chicken itself. So how much is there? Let's try it. I have to be honest. I'm always honest. It's the right way to do things. It's the right way. But I don't taste Cholula at all. I taste the grilled chicken. It tastes fresh. As far as the other ingredients, the pico de gallo, maybe some jalapeno. That looks to be there's a good little, piece of jalapeno in there. I don't know. Again, it tastes really good. It tastes like all the ingredients are somewhat fresh. Not somewhat, they taste fresh. You can taste the black bean. There is a little bit of spice going on there. Now, I don't taste the sauce itself. This sauce has a distinct taste. Yeah, I'm not getting that 100%. I'm getting the saltiness of it. The sauce is salty. I haven't had this sauce in a while. But again, it's a favorite of mine. I'll use it at any restaurant if they have it, especially for breakfast. Nonetheless, it's something I grew up on. But just that little sip I took of the sauce in the glass there has a little more spice than the entire burrito itself. The burrito itself has a little bit of spice there, but I'm guessing now that that's just based on the extra spicy crema, cheese and everything that I added, plus the jalapenos. Because I don't taste that same thing that I'm tasting in the burrito. And maybe you're not supposed to. The meat itself, though, has a really pronounced grilled flavor and taste to it. Let's dump some of this on there and just see. I mean, that's the way hot sauce is meant to be used. It doesn't mean that you can't use it in other ways. That's not what I'm saying. But that's how we grew up on sauce, is just dumping a shit ton of it on top of each bite. Getting that flavor of that sauce and that heat. That was the hottest bite I've had thus far of this burrito. When you add in enough of the extra sauce like I'm doing here, it just elevates the whole burrito so much better. I didn't think the burrito was dry, but having put the sauce like this on it in this application, the burrito seemed dry after this. It didn't seem that way at first, so bottom line is the food good? Yes. It's tasty. Is it better when you just dump a whole bunch of this sauce on there? Yeah. I don't really taste the jalapenos in there so much. And here's the problem. When you start dumping your hot sauce like this, just straight on your food or whatever you're doing, it does take away. Okay, I'm going to be honest. It does take away sometimes of the overall other ingredients. I'm not tasting that pronounced grilled chicken, the black beans, or the fresh pico de gallo the way that I was earlier on in this review in the first 2, 3, 4 bites, whatever it was, because I'm just dumping that sauce on there. And so I'm being over inundated with the flavor of this sauce. So I can see why restaurants, places like this, keep it to a minimum, because a sauce like this can really, it can overpower other flavors because it's so unique, so distinct. It's very salty, but it's a beautiful sauce. And I like to use my sauce in the way that I'm using it right now, because I can still taste those other flavors. There's just something you have to be able to pick up and look past when you're just dousing it with sauce, right? And some people maybe can't. I don't know, because maybe the sauce is too hot. It's just too much for them. So they can't find those other flavors. And so I understand why companies keep it to a minimum when they're introducing things like this or using those type of sauces or things like that, right? It's really good. I'm maybe halfway through that bottle right now, maybe. And the overall heat from the burrito itself being what it is, what I told you I added and what's in there, and half a bottle of that, the heat is building a little bit for me. It's comfortable. It's warm, but it's inviting. It's really nice. Um, I got a taste of the jalapeno there. Really nice. And a really good bite of chicken. That wind is picking up again. Maybe. I don't know what that is. I'm a fan of this, right? It's really hard, in my opinion, to fuck up Mexican food, Americanized Mexican food, Tex-Mex, whatever. The mouth warmth is coming in nice right now. So it's really hard to mess something like that up, right? But you can, but they don't. They haven't, right? But if you're going to highlight something, again, we've highlighted the sauce, Cholula. It has to taste like that to me, right? If it doesn't taste like it, now this review for me is a little different than I normally do. I normally don't add extra things. I just review the thing, do it the way that it is. And so maybe I'm shortchanging myself here, where I didn't eat enough of the burrito to get the Cholula flavor. But I took those original bites, and again, they're the top, so I know the middle's always better. But the chicken tastes like chicken. The beans taste like beans. The pico de gallo tastes like pico de gallo. The jalapeno, it tastes like a jalapeno. The rice is kind of just there as saturation and some type of substrate. I'm maybe picking up a little bit of the lime from it, maybe, but I'm not 100% sure. The tortilla tastes like a tortilla, is what I'm getting at. None of it, without adding this, tastes like this. And if you're highlighting an item or a sauce or a something, it's got to taste like it. It's got to have that. Otherwise, what are we doing? You know? I don't know. But again, with chicken tastes good, slightly tender, a few pieces in there slightly overcooked as well. But again, they're just sitting in the steamer or whatever right there, so it's going to kind of happen. The pico de gallo is really nice. The cilantro is really nice. Sour cream's nice. I won't pick much up of the cheese, but I saw her put it on there. There it is. It's funny that I would just say that and then honestly get some of that cheese, but It's a good burrito. It's not super greasy. It's not super fattening. It doesn't feel that way anyways. It feels fresh. So I like that. But again, the disappointing factor here is, and I think I'm safe to say it, I really do. The chicken itself doesn't taste like Cholula. It tastes like chicken that's been grilled. Now that's not a bad flavor. It's not a bad combination. It's great, right? But it's just not Cholula. It's just not. That is Cholula. I'm getting a little bit of sourness now from the Cholula. It's hitting. It is what it is. Is that burrito worth your time? Yeah, I think so. But don't expect it to taste like Cholula. It didn't remind me of Cholula one bit. Here's the thing. As I continued to pour more of the Cholula sauce on each bite of the burrito, it complemented it phenomenally. So I think there's something to what they've created. And maybe I just needed to work into the burrito more, but I had thoughts of just finishing the bottle. And so I wanted to kind of start pouring it on the food and get it going with that and whatever. But those first 2-3 bites that I had of the top of that burrito, there was good amount of chicken in there. Okay, so it's so it's not like I didn't get the chicken. There was good pieces of chicken in those bites. And it just didn't taste like Cholula. So it is what it is. I made it taste like Cholula. So anyways, Cholula, chicken burrito. Oh, and the other thing, sweet. I didn't really pick up too much sweet, so I don't know where that's playing into the burrito either. But overall, would I recommend it? I would, for the simple fact that the ingredients seem to be fresh, warm, flavorful, all the things, right? But I wouldn't recommend it if you're seeking the flavor of this sauce, right? Like if this is your favorite sauce of all time, you just love it, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you have a bottle of it with you for the burrito, and then you'll be happy. Thank you all for burning with me.